Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 11th of February 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Alice in Wonderland tarot for this reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about Friday and what this day is going to look like. So let's see. The first card is the Eight of Swords. Okay, looking somewhat ominous there. Then we've got the Six of Wands. And finally, the Page of Cups. Wow. This is really interesting because the Eight of Swords is about a lack of clarity and feeling stuck. The Six of Wands is about success and triumph. But in this deck, it's very different because here we've got someone who's the victim of kind of a mob mentality. Swords are ideas, so you should stay put. And particular reasons why you can't, instructions, rules, social conventions, norms. And here we've got the Six of Wands, and Alice is part of the mob. And it's kind of like, this is what we believe, and these are our values, what's right and wrong. If you don't comply with that system or that way of thinking, then we're going to come after you. They don't look particularly friendly. So I get the sense that there's a feeling that it's you versus them, or them versus you. That you may feel like you're being victimized or being put on the spot, someone's picking on you, and it may seem unjust and not justified, so you may want to rebel against that. But more importantly, with the Page of Cups here, the innocent Alice, I think it's much... it's going to be much more effective to stay in the group situation that you're in, or to, if anything is making you feel like an outsider, if anyone makes you feel marginalized, or any kind of institution or group of people make you feel less than. Rather than turning around and walking off and feeling bad like most of us would, the cards are saying continue to interact and challenge what's happening. Speak truthfully about what it is you're feeling, and that maybe you feel like you're not being listened to, or that the pressure is too much, or that you're not in a position to kind of meet a certain obligation even, and be honest about it. And that honesty then, that's the bridge that's the bridge that starts to exist between this space of isolation and feeling hard done by, and being a part of, and then being accepted. So if you need to work with an institution, a government agency, a publisher, I don't know, a car dealership, if you need to take care of official things like your taxes or visas, application documents, anything like that that makes you feel intimidated, like just, you know, something like if you have an 85-page form to fill out, then most people, rather than just immediately diving into it, well, I'm generalizing, some people I would say, would be daunted by that and would say, oh wow, okay, I'm gonna have to get all this paperwork together, and that's scary. So that kind of, where that dynamic exists already, look at that again and see how you can make it your own, how you can complete the document and use it to your advantage. That's going to be the success, and that's going to work in your favor. Okay, so each card, the Eight of Swords, same as always, except we've got a bunch of cards flying around. So someone who's blindfolded, who's bound, who's surrounded by swords, and who feels powerless. I don't know what's going on, I can't move. Everything else seems scary, intimidating, yikes, I can't even move. So that's the feeling. If that exists already, like it does for most of us in life, the message is to face that, and you'll be rewarded emotionally because you get a good outcome. But also here we've got the cards flying around. So I know that in the story of Alice in Wonderland, it's the Queen of Hearts and the cards are the soldiers, right? But this seems to me more like a game of chance. Like it's about the cards are going to fly however they want to. So if you have faith in the process, or that you are on the right track and that you do have a choice and that there's a way out of this, and if you kind of align yourself with your own feelings, your intuition, what's important to you, and you refuse to kind of let yourself be put into a position where you have no power, if you simply don't accept that, you'll be able to get rid of the bandages, see things clearly, pick up one of these swords and interact in your own way where you can kind of hold your own. The Six of Wands is usually King Arthur riding back into town after having found the Holy Grail, and everyone's thrilled. It's a major success. It's a wonderful historic moment, and it's usually about showing the initiative to do something which is going to be celebrated or useful, but it can't be done for you. You have to do it on your own, and the success is going to be sweetest if it's something that you decided to do by yourself. So this process of saying, I'm not going to let myself be pushed aside here. I know it's scary, but I'm going to stand up for myself and say my piece, or make sure I get what I'm entitled to, or put my foot down in whatever way is appropriate. That is a success in itself, that you're able to overcome some of your own fears and doubts. And then once you have engaged, the whole environment seems to become much friendlier. Rather than being out in the cold here by yourself under some unfriendly looking mushrooms, you start to connect with other people and you find some common ground. So it really is going to work in your favor to talk things over, to express your true feelings, your ideas, what you would like to happen, to ask for help, to see the similarities rather than the differences. And to realize that, some people are going to help you because it benefits you, but then you can do something in return, and one hand washes the other, and it becomes, this journey that you're on becomes a shared experience. And, in most situations, sharing something with other people makes it far more memorable and enjoyable than just doing everything on your own. And also you can delegate and take some of the pressure off. So there's the opportunity to kind of meet a new person, or several people who are kind of going to feature largely in your life because you're working together, or initially there's an obstacle and you talk through it and you become friends. Like you're at a wedding or something, and someone spills a glass of wine on you. And usually it's like, okay, this is war. But somehow you get to talking, you see that you have something in common or something. So it's something that initially seems to be unpleasant that turns into a major success, like a new friendship. And then finally we got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is someone who's somewhat naive, very willing to love and to be loved and to see the best in the world and to be enchanted, and everything is marvelous and new and shiny. And then the page runs into an experience that is painful. And some of that vulnerability is lost because a wall goes up, because Alice starts to protect herself. So we get to the knight, who then represses his feelings and blows up because of that once in a while. And then the king and queen, who have mastered their feelings and their emotions, and they have found what they're looking for, but they've got some boundaries in place. So the Page of Cups here is like bright-eyed and innocent. And I think that's the solution to this problem. Yeah, I would just kind of ask, what does my heart say on this? Or how can I see the most loving thing in this person? Like, if you're if you're trying to get some sort of certificate stamped and you're behind a pane of glass a pane of glass, and on the other side is a very bored kind of looking employee who can't even look you in the eye, and you desperately want something from this person, you can't even get their attention, you're not going to be inclined to think of them very favorably. And the cards are saying, look at that person who seems to be an adversary, or there's a lot of tension because you either get or you don't get what you want. Look at that person as their brother would, or their mother would, or their sister, or a close friend, or humanize whatever is difficult and problematic, especially where you have a tendency to villainize that person, or to put them in a position of me versus them, try and make it us by seeing the good in your circumstances, and particularly the people around you. That's going to then in turn serve you, because other people will then support you in return. But you have to make that leap first. It's kind of like when you give something away for free, you often attract a lot of people to you. But unless you're giving something of yourself, then people won't know that you exist. And you can't, do you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to kind of give something to get something, or even put yourself out there a little bit to give other people the opportunity to get involved. Like if you're in a restaurant or something and I don't know, you're feeling lavish or you're celebrating something and you decide to, this is a weird example because I've never experienced this in my life, nor have I done it. So it feels kind of just like something I've seen in a film or something. Like if someone says, I'm giving a round of drinks or whatever, I'm paying a round of drinks for everybody, then you're giving something, and that is seen by certain other people who want to talk to you as an icebreaker and an excuse to then be able to come up and talk to you. I mean, it's a crappy example, but you know what I mean by that. So don't be afraid to kind of share your heart and your truth and your feelings, because that's what's going to open this, and it's going to get you away from this place. Yeah, okay. 8 and 6 is 14, and 1 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So use this to your advantage and face things which are scary and difficult, and kind of meet some new people in the process. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a bit till you get to the book your readings button. Click on that to order your reading with me. And if you have any questions about your relationships or finances, job, life path, spiritual development, or anything really, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe if you want to join us on this channel, and please share the video. Copy the link and send it to someone who you know is interested in the tarot, and just spread the word. That would be super helpful. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.